Everything that happens to me, let me with a heavy heart. Everything that happens to me, let me with a heavy heart. Everything that happens to me, let me with a heavy heart. And not because of all this bullshit is why I got a heavy heart. A heavy heart. Because of all this bullshit is why I got a heavy heart. A heavy heart. Because of all this bullshit out here is why I got a heavy heart. Brother, if this relationship shit, street shit, no matter what you want to call it, type of shit, be shit. Me out here, I got a heavy heart, and it's a broken heart. I got a lot lost, ain't too many wins, and now here, I'm being losing. So now I'm out here and I'm winning. Those episodes I'm done, I ain't I'm always out here. I'm always trying to be alright. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get the show started here in a bit. Got some things I do want to discuss with y'all, and we gonna get to it. So it's the ChEDDErTarY IG Live promo and topic discussion. This is part one of this. There will be a second part today, so it's gonna be first part's gonna be for an hour. Music that you're hearing is music that I've done. It's gonna be playing throughout this to promote my music so you guys can hear. And I'm gonna be playing ads also when the camera is switched back around. I wanted to make sure I get the mood lighting right before this. I'll have to get some other new lights for around my closet door area. I do believe it's a chargeable light because it has no batteries in it. It's one of those reverse solar panel type of lights. So rather than the solar part being up, it has to be down. So that one ain't gonna be on. Just want to point that out. Got my new glasses today. Got my new glasses here today. So we're gonna get started shortly. Okay, go ahead and get to it. Let's get to it. So last night, I'm gonna talk about most of those here. I'm gonna start with my rant yesterday. Some of y'all seen on my story, and some of y'all may have seen on the timeline of my page or going through your timeline. So, my source of work that I do that goes into my source of income is here on Instagram. This is my bread and butter. One of my bread and butters. And a lot of people, maybe it's one person, I don't know, because Instagram doesn't tell you who reports your stuff anymore. It's not like Facebook, where, they do show you, they do tell you. And because of that, I pissed off yesterday, because a lot of the stuff that I do here is me promoting exactly what it is that I do, or trying to promote others. And show you guys, just random stuff that I may like. Stuff that, I do like.
pardon me on that, stuff that I do, like upload my pictures. And yesterday, it was somebody who had to be Aggie who ain't doing shit, reporting my page, reporting a lot of my content. Now, Instagram program is not ran by humans, it's ran by robots, ran by computers. So trying to get your page back, it's not going to be possible. Because you're not going to get a response through an email when you're trying to reach out to Instagram and say, hey man, I want to get my page back. Because you're dealing with robots, you're dealing with computers, and it's going to be a while when you do try to get back your page. It's like with Facebook, it's ran by robots, ran by computers. The humans ain't doing it. They said, okay, we're going to set this, let the robot computers do the rest of the work. And they're not always going to get everything right. It's like YouTube. You may go to the YouTube building, but a lot of that's ran by robotic computers. That's why a lot of people should getting taken down, because they're setting it like that. And you know what I do here by promoting, sometimes I make something from it. You know, sometimes I don't. And sometimes, you know, the pay's not all that exact well, but you're taking away one of my sources of income. And I can't go out there and just, you know, get a regular job. People see I know what people like to say and think, oh man, you ain't doing shit, you just bored. No. Here's the thing. I can't get a job like everyone else. Reasons for that, and I'm going to tell you, you know, the reasons for this is because I never completed high school. Now, I know a lot of people say, what do you mean we saw you walk? Those that may still keep up, or those that still may see, or whatever. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I may have walked, but I never graduated. You see what I'm saying? Because that graduation, for me, behind the scenes, was set up without my knowledge. For them just to get me the fuck on out of there. And I say that because through the years of Bush, Jr., and Obama, right, you had the No Child Left Behind program in play. You had the No Child Left Behind program in play. And it was you were automatically put on it if you were troubled youth. I was troubled youth, but I was also somebody with a lot of learning disabilities. And the last thing that they want is to keep holding back the last thing that they want is to hold people back, because it's going to cost. Why is this not playing all the way? I'm going to play one at a time. It costs the state and the school's money when you hold back a student. Just like they got rid of a lot of the special education classes several years back. Now, I talked to somebody, and I have a friend who has a child who is autistic. Now, she said that they have brought back that class, and her child is now back in that class. I don't know if that's for every school in the U.S., for every district, I don't know. So, early of last year, when I actually tried to fill out a job application just to see if I could get one, I had no resources to put down for any type of work, any type of income. I had absolutely nothing to put down. So when I filled in what I could, they couldn't find anything. So the state and the school boarder, the school boarder, along with the state, called the education department, the education of the school, the education of the state school boarder called. The office where you first register your child up when they start school. That's one of the state borders, right? It's the state school borders here in Columbia. The one that's over right behind the post office and all that. They called me. Now they got programming where they can go into your personal information that we can't get into. So a lot of this that I'm saying, I just can't prove it to you guys because in order for me to get that information, I got to pay a certain amount of fee. So when you want your information, you do have to pay some money for that. They're just not going to give it to you for free. And you have to prove who you are, who you say you are. I've been through that when I had to get my Centerstone papers, man, for court. They wouldn't let me get my information, so I had to pay them money, and they still didn't send me my info. So the majority of the time, you're not going to get what you need. So I had to get a lawyer and tell her exactly what happened. And because it came from the court, they released it. I had to wait like maybe 2 hours or so. I was actually there for 3 hours, then I had to wait 2 more hours. And then by the time another hour rolled by in the early part, then my session went into play. That's an example. So when they asked me a lot of questions, that's when I found out I was considered a dropout. Now, I explained this in my fake diploma video that's on my ChEDDErTarY 931 channel. Alright? Well, my diploma wasn't a real diploma. It was bought offline and filled out in the information what it needed on there. It had no sign-offs. It had no seals of approval. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole seals of approval. If you guys want to know more about that, from what a fake one looks like, from what a real one is, again, just check out, my video. Check out my video on fake diploma. Now, going towards that, I never went to college. And that's one of the things that is required now. You must have a full 4 years of high school, right? You must have a year of college. You also have to have 6 months of working experience. Me, I never worked before a day in my life at a job. Now, I worked at the TRC plant. The TRC plant was never considered a real job because it was people with disabilities, right? Even those with drug problems. And I said it before last night on my live stream. People with learning disabilities or some type of disability whatsoever, even if it ain't learning disabilities, we are and do go on drugs, so we become drug addicts. Me, I've done some pills before. I got addicted to some. I got myself off them because of what it was doing to me. So, I'm guilty as such, and I'm here to admit it. So I worked in a place full of recovering drug addicts who didn't know what the fuck if they were coming or going. And there was a lot of drama. Yeah, they gave out pay tabs, and I made a decent amount of money. I made good-ass money. I still got my pay tabs approved. I worked there for like 17 months. That's about 2 years and a half at the most. Maybe a full 2 years. Actually, I worked there a little bit longer. As a matter of fact, it was supposed to be 3 years, but hey, it is what it is. Now, reason why I stopped working there, I don't work well in a group. I don't work well with others at a work site, especially when it comes to a bad environment. And the same type of stories that you guys hear about that goes on in elderly homes, how the abuse that happens in those, well, the same type of abuse actually takes place in the TRC places. I got my paperwork and receipts on the shit that I have done to me and how I had to defend myself. Don't make me pull those papers out. I will. Now, going into that, one of the other requirements is you must have good credit. I ain't got good credit. I got bad credit. From there, you must have no type of disabilities. But guess what? I have some disabilities. You also must have to have a clean record. Now again, in other words, you can't have no felonies. I got felonies. You also have to have your own vehicle of transportation. Me, I can't drive. I'm not allowed to get a driver's license in the state of Tennessee. I'm blocked by the state of Tennessee because I'm on SSI. Also, going into that, I have learning disabilities. So that plays into a role. I'm blind in one eye. Actually, it's been over almost these 5, a good total, maybe 4.5 years since my old prescription. Because I'm type 2 diabetic, it speeds up a lot of other things in your body that you may have wrong with you. One thing I always wore glasses since I was very little. And I had very bad eyesight in my right eye. Well, being diabetic sped up that process to kill that eye. I can no longer see out this eye. It's now gone. And the last bit of it died out months ago and fully been diagnosed as legally blind when I went to the doctor. So, that's one reason why I can't get a license. One reason why I walk a lot. I want to try to keep myself in shape. I have a really bad heart. The doctor won't do nothing for me. So, this is what I'm saying is one part that goes into my way of saying, okay, I like to promote. I get paid a little bit from IG. Right? Just like I may see a few bucks off my music. Also do a bit of management for some movies for my wife. So that's one of the things why I don't like when people try to do this shit. Now, going back to my old Facebook page, y'all may know this person named by Corey Seagrace. He's black. He looks like a fucking big ass round monster truck tire. He's a bitch. I'll let that be known. He was jealous, and he tried saying some shit like, oh, he sent me a friend request. He seems a bit slow to me. I feel sorry for him. First and foremost, I'm going to say this. You sent me a friend request. Now, this is something I can't prove. They didn't have screenshot at the time. I didn't really think nothing about it. I knew he was a friend of somebody who I know. Going into this, Corey was one of the people that was reporting my shit and stealing some of my game content because I do some gaming now. Alright? So I was getting into that. Well, once I started my new Facebook page, because mine's got took down so many, got so reported so many times by that bitch, I had to begin a new one. Well, that gave me a chance to clean a lot of my page up and let it not be so socially active as in within content, the way it was with my old one. Once I started my new one, Corey tried to send me another friend request. I blocked his ass. I ain't trying to put up with his fat bitch self. And when I sent out a message, to be clear, if I fucking see you, I'm gonna hurt you. And when I saw him, his bitch ass took fuck off. Y'all may know him by Swish. I call him Swish Game Point Miss. That's what the fuck he is. Right? Well, guess what? You're taking somebody's source of income away from them, bro. What I do helps me keep my phone on. Helps me pay the bills that I need to pay. A mortgage. Helps me put food on the table. Helps me get my medication now. I don't have a lot of options. That's why I got to push myself promoting that I do. That's why I got to push myself on YouTube. I want to get recognized on YouTube. I want to get to that YouTube content money. I may not be the best at what I do with that, but it's good enough. It's good to the point where, my second channel, people are actually gravitating towards it and it's doing more better than my first channel, which is Jazzy Entertainment. Now I'm going to take the time out here to promote my entertainment channel. So, if you guys don't know, you guys can go ahead and subscribe and check out my new YouTube channel, my second YouTube channel, which is ChEDDErTarY 931. It's a political woke channel. Politics and being awoke mentally and spiritually and growing beyond your expectations from what society puts you in. And if you guys want to help me step up my content and help me get some equipment, you guys can go ahead and donate to my PayPal, which is in the link on my channel, which is paypal.me/JazzyInc, how it's spelled, 931, exactly how you see on the screen. And if you guys don't know, I'm also now on Spotify, so go ahead and follow me on Spotify at ChazNeff. Let me go ahead and play you guys my promo video.
Content and topic discussions are going to go beyond your expectations and to gain knowledge. Go ahead and check out my second YouTube channel, that is ChEDDErTarY 931 here on YouTube, and again that is ChEDDErTarY 931 on YouTube to grow beyond your expectations and to be awoke mentally and spiritually.
So guys, make sure you guys check out my second YouTube channel. Now, along with that is the next thing I want to bring up. Kind of finish out the other topic a little bit. So my source of income, as of right now, I get $175 of food stamps. I get $400 disability. I make a few bucks off my CDs. I make a few bucks off Instagram, and I make a couple of transfer fees and a few bucks off the managing part that I do with my wife with her movie roles that she tries to do over right now as she's in Nigeria. So that's my source of income. And when people report those things and try to get me kicked off, it's because they're not doing what I do and their butt hurt. So there's that. The next thing I want to point out, us as black people in the community, right? We believe a lot of things that we hear. We, within our DNA, throughout so many years on end, and when I mean our ancestors, I'm literally talking our ancestors. If you guys go back before Christopher Columbus, right? And I mean way back before him. And history is important to me. Knowledge is actually power, because without knowledge, you're going to be walking around blind. Well, the thing is, us as black people, it's in our DNA to be led by somebody else. It's in our DNA to believe what somebody else says, because we can't think for ourselves. We have to have people control us. We are puppets because we're too weak to say no and to stand on our own. So when somebody that's really pointing out something, somebody that's really trying to talk to us, somebody that comes with knowledge and speaks proper, we like to judge them and say, oh, he's ashamed of being black, he sounds white, and we call them a coon. Well, no. Those that say that to somebody like that are the coons. Because you're wasting your money, one, being a fucking hypocrite, wasting your money on liquor and a fucking tons of drugs, and ignoring your children. Right? Because you need to be led. Because you have no education. This goes back, again, before Christopher Columbus. We enslaved our own people in Africa. It's like we enslaved our own people in Jamaica. We enslaved our own people in Egypt. We enslaved our own people in the native lands. Well, guess what? The ones that did it, the ones that saved us before Christopher Columbus, they sold us out. They sold us out and said, take them. And once they seen how weak-minded and stupid we are, that's when they started saying, we could put this in the DNA for years to come, which is now. And I'm saying this is because you guys have to stop believing the government shutdown shit. You guys have to stop buying in to what the government shutdown is. It is not real. It is a scare tactic. You take a look back. And again, I don't want to go so much into this again. Not like I did last night on the other live stream. Because shit really pissed me off. And seeing this type of shit, how we buy into things, us as black people in the black community, it makes me fucking ashamed to be part black. Because of how stupid you guys are. Buying into this shit. It really does. It really pisses me off. With the passion. It's a scare tactic. They can't do that. Let me ask you guys something. And again, I'm going to point this out like I did last night. But not so much. But good enough. You know, you take a look back at 2 years ago. You take a look back at those 2.5 weeks from the rest of that month before Obama went out of office and a little bit before Trump went in. What did Obama say? Having a government shutdown. The same shit that they were saying then, the same shit they saying now, and ain't nothing happened. Okay, you still got your food stamps, you still got your disability pay, you still got your regular pay from your job, you still was able to get food, you would still be able to keep your place of residence, you didn't get kicked out, you didn't go homeless, you still managed to get food on the table, you still managed to pay your phone. Now that it's 2 years later, you still have your same job. You're still getting paid from either disability or food stamps as well. You still managed to keep your car. You managed to buy a new car along by then. You managed to get a new phone. You managed to still take care of your kids. You managed to still be able to afford to send your kids to school. Most of you still managed to want to go out and waste your money on liquor and drugs and not take care of your kids. Right? You didn't lose your job, and none of your pay got took either. It's a scare tactic. Because if they were to do that, it would cause an upruckus, because believe it or not, the government is scared of us. When I mean us, I mean the actual public. Because there's more of us than there is the government. You know how many people are actually in the government? Count that. 10 people. That's the government. That is the government. From leaders from just about every country, there's only 10 leaders. So they all meet up and they discuss the things behind the scenes that like to make us think that bad shit that they're showing is to drive us away from what they're actually planning. Which I don't know what they could be planning, but there's always a tactic to something. So yeah, what I mean, the government's really 10 people. There's more of us than there is them. And they know, and the reason why they like to do the shit that they do, because they know as soon as we get the chance to rebel, and we actually find out about shit, which you guys need to wake up, we can literally overthrow them. You know, yeah, they may have the military. Now, thing is, we got more guns than the government, but they got more bullets than us. So, come the month of March, and mark my words, guess what? You'll still be getting paid with food stamps. You'll still get paid your disability. You'll still have your, you know, if you have a job, you'll still have your job and your pay that you usually have coming in. You'll still have your medical. Your kids will still be in school. And this is one part that pisses me off right here. Parents need to stop feeding their kids this bullshit. Because you're scaring the kids, man. They going to school with that shit in mind. That raises concerns with the teachers. And guess what? As that raises concerns, authorities going to get involved. Child services is going to come and get involved. You know what they're going to do? And I'm speaking to the black community throughout all of this. You need to fucking stop this shit. Fucking stop feeding your kids that goddamn lie. Alright? Because that's what it is. Because guess what? When you get looked at and checked into, when I mean checked into, you're going to get checked. They're going to say, this is what they're going to do. Okay, what is their living arrangements? Section 8. Right? Alright. Do you work? How much you making? Oh, you work at this type of job. This is what you get paid. Okay. We want to know what you spend. Now, don't think they can't trace back the shit that you spend, because you leave a trail no matter what you do. So guess what? They can look into and say, you spending too much on liquor. Right? Are you on medication of some kind? They're going to look into that, because medication does play a role in your mental health, believe it or not, because it releases chemicals in your brain. Alright? Now, along with that, they're going to look into, believe it or not, they can get you tested. Now, weed, pills, cocaine, and heroin actually stays in your bloodstream, man. It doesn't go way out your system like people think. Sweating it out, that's only half of it. So when you do a swab test and a blood test, that shit can show up. So if it shows up, if you're doing a type of drug, they're going to raise an eyebrow even more. Then they're going to look into if you're a single parent or not. Right? And then they're going to look into, what are you spending? If you get food stamps, you're going to look, okay, what are you spending on food? What are you getting to eat for this child? And they're going to be asking the kid, your child, what is it you... It's like, well, what are your parents feeding you? Because the kid's going to give his point of view, what he sees. Don't think he or she sees. Don't think children don't see shit. They see a lot of shit that goes on. You just too blind to notice. So, because you're scaring them with this, you're going to get your child taken away. And you'll be thrown in jail because of that. So the government shutdown's not real. Stop believing in lies. Alright? Just stop, because that's what you're doing as parents and the black community. You're so used to being led and somebody tell you what to do and to make your mind for you, because you can't think for yourself. Now I want to go ahead and promote my other page. So, if you guys don't know, you guys can go ahead and subscribe and check out my first YouTube channel, which is Jazzy Entertainment. That's right, Jazzy Entertainment. Look, man, I got it all on there. I got from exploring videos, ghost hunting videos, bit of topic videos, DIYs, collection videos, update collection videos, music, and gaming as well. So guys, go ahead and check out my Jazzy Entertainment channel on YouTube. And if you guys like the content that you guys see, and if you guys want to help me step up some equipment and whatever you guys may think that I can need help with, you guys can go ahead and hit my PayPal. It's the same one as in the ChEDDErTarY 931 PayPal. So paypal.me/JazzyInc931. And also check me out on Spotify. Yes, I am on Spotify now at ChazNeff. Let me go ahead and play you guys my, well, promotional video. Let me go ahead and find it right there.
Entertainment in terms of gaming, DIY, topic discussions, exploring, and also ghost hunting, exploring videos. Go and check out my entertainment channel here on YouTube. That is Jazzy Entertainment. Again, if you guys are looking for good entertainment, go and check out my YouTube channel, my first YouTube channel. That is Jazzy Entertainment here on YouTube.
And if you guys are into live streaming / gaming, go and follow me and check me out on Twitch. That's right, I'm on Twitch. And again, if you guys are into live streaming with gaming, check me out on Twitch, man. I'm on Twitch at ChEDDErTarY. Just take a look out for this profile pic, and take a look out for the other banners that you guys have also seen throughout this live stream, because those are going to be the same profile pics that are on both of those channels that you guys will automatically and immediately know that is me. Go ahead and play you guys my promo video. Let me go ahead and find it. Right there. Boom.
To gaming, into streaming, go and check out my Twitch channel. That is ChEDDErTarY on Twitch. So if you guys are looking for gaming and some streaming and good content for gaming, go and check out my Twitch channel. That is ChEDDErTarY on Twitch.
And for those that say, oh man, you ain't doing the movie shit, you ain't managing nobody getting paid like that. Well, here's one of the projects that will be out soon with my wife as the main actress.
I'm epileptic. People love me less and sees me like a pig. I can't keep living like this, and I have to end it all.
They go to my school as a nurse. I think she needs help. People are always scared of what they don't understand. People with epilepsy, as you rightly said, okay, they have to be shown love and not stay aside. Great love, love speaks.
Boom. So there you guys go. Right there, you know, that's one thing that I'm doing. Now, and the first part that I did of this, like a week or so back, I explained about the entertainment part, you know, and how that works, and how I managed to get to what I did with this point. The edit video of that is in the folder and will be uploaded to the ChEDDErTarY 931 channel, and I have videos that I have in order how they're going to be uploaded. So that video will eventually be on the channel for you guys to see, and so will this one too as well. I don't know exactly when, but it will. Now, speaking of love and hate, I do want to point out and talk about self-defense laws, if you guys will let me. And it's time for people to really know how the shit works. And I'm going to use some examples that are real examples. Now, I'm going to go ahead and exit out of that. I want you guys to hear me on this one. I really want you guys to hear me on this one. So, you know, I have done a full in-depth discussion on self-defense for a topic called self-defense laws. I'm going to do the same on this for this live stream. And a lot of people get it confused. Now, a lot of people may think they know. It's because the ones that may think they know never been to the system. Me, I've been in the system a numerous amount of times because I have been to jail before. I've been to jail several times. I have done time in jail several times. And because of that, I've learned a lot. Most of it, when it came from me dealing with the with law enforcement, regardless if I got arrested or not, most of it had something to do with self-defense. And here in the state of Tennessee, we don't have self-defense laws. Now, what I mean by that is, in other words, here in the state of Tennessee, you cannot defend yourself because that is a criminal action against you, and you will be arrested, not the attacker. Yes, you guys heard me right. You will be arrested, not the attacker. And I'm going to give you guys some real examples of this with what I'm saying. Man, me and my father, we don't have the best relationship, and he is abusive. Now, his body's breaking down. He's really killing himself, so he can't do shit anymore. I can give a fuck less about him. Now, him and my mother were involved with stealing my money throughout the times and, you know, using me as a financial scam towards SSI and they made false claims and allegations of me about my money, and they forged my signatures and had bullshit papers printed out, so the checks would go into their account underneath their name, even though it was still getting paid to me. So it would say pay to, going towards payee of blah blah blah, you know. And when I fully found out about this, now if you guys want to know more about this in particular story, matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it up here on YouTube. But if you guys want to know more about that in particular story, I recommend going on the either the ChEDDErTarY 931 channel or the Jazzy Entertainment channel. Now on the Jazzy Entertainment channel, it's going to be labeled, I believe, Money Interview. And then here on the ChEDDErTarY 931 channel, it's going to be labeled Trust and Money. Let me go ahead and pull it up. It's going to be labeled Trust and Money Interview. Yeah, Trust and Money Interview, and I got 11 views on that. Yeah, it's called Trust and Money In-Depth Interview, that you guys can check out on the ChEDDErTarY 931 channel. Again, it's called Trust and Money In-Depth Interview. So I really recommend that you guys, check out that video, because it goes into depth with what the example that I'm giving you about why they took my money, which also goes into the self-defense laws. So when I found out and when I made my decision to want to leave, they made statements and threats towards me were, okay, well, you can leave, but you ain't getting none of your money, because this ain't your money. This is our money. And if you try doing something to report it, we'll have you thrown in jail and sue you and press charges against you. Right? During that, now my father, he's abusive, he's aggressive, he ain't all there either in his head at all. So he has a firearm. He pulled out his gun on me, pointed at me, said, "Get the fuck out of my house, I'm going to kill you. You ain't getting your money. I'm going to fucking kill you." Now, we were all taught and raised to defend ourselves. And when you're in a life and death situation to where it's either going to be you or him, you're going to, you don't want to die. But guess what? My life was in danger. My life was being threatened. So I defended myself. Now, when I defended myself, my mother is scared of my father. She took his side so he won't hurt her. Well, once I fully gave my statement and brought the proof of everything that led up to that, and I brought proof. The only thing I didn't have proof of, when they ask for proof about on your side if you really defended yourself or not, they want video recording. Well, that's the last thing that's going to be on anybody's mind, is recording somebody threatening you when you're trying to save your life. Because your mindset is not thinking about that. Your mindset is set on survival, right? And that is exactly how it is. You ain't going to see a police officer pull out his or her phone when their lives are in danger. No, because they're going to go for their weapon and they're going to be thinking about survival to defend themselves. And again, if you guys want to know more about that, check out the Trust and Money In-Depth Interview. Okay? Well, guess who ended up getting arrested? I ended up getting arrested just for defending myself. My father didn't get in any trouble. They let him go. And this has been known to happen more and on several occasions behind closed doors. Going into that, another example is my ex-best friend Wayne. You guys may know him as MG, White Fox, Creekwater White, or the Bandit. Well, I remember me and him were walking. We were at a gas station. Gas stations, they're going to have security cameras. And they said, oh, well, they couldn't see what happened because the camera would have aimed that far, which to me is bullshit. Because you're going to have cameras in different angles. You're going to have them especially almost near the lamps as well. The angles that they show with gas stations. You can pretty much see a lot of shit go on. But they just wanted to play him off. Because this is my theory. Because he was hanging out with me at the time. A person of color. Now, the situation that took place was me and him walking. There was this white racist guy that hopped out of a van because he seen Wayne, who was white, who was a Caucasian male. He seen a mixed male person of color, which is me. He called us niggers. Then he came out and called Wayne and accused him of being a nigger lover. Right? Because he was with a person of color. He threatened to kill and to hurt Wayne. Not me, but Wayne. The dude pulled out his weapon on Wayne. Wayne had a knife on him. He defended himself. Once the dude attacked Wayne and Wayne defended himself, the cops were called because it was outside, people saw it. Well, they took Wayne and arrested him and not the attacker. So Wayne got arrested for defending himself, right? So here in the state of Tennessee, you are not allowed to defend yourself because that is a felony charge against you if you defend yourself here in the state of Tennessee. And there's gun restriction laws here in the state of Tennessee. You can have a gun, but you're not allowed to carry one at all. Not in your car, not out in public. You have to leave it at home. So a lot of the shit that takes place here in Tennessee, people are going to take advantage of that. That's why you hear about a lot of people getting shot, because we're not allowed to carry firearms here in the state of Tennessee. You can have them, but you can't carry them, you can't use them. Not even for self-defense. So if you get arrested here in the state of Tennessee for defending yourself, now you know why. Well, another prime example of this is the shit that took place. I want to use Bankroll Fresh as another example. Now, I spoke about this on the live stream and went in depth. I'm going to go in depth again because I really want you guys to hear me out with this. Alright? I want you guys to hear me out with this. Now, I'm not going to say how I know about this. Don't worry about that. Bankroll Fresh was in the studio wrapping up some work. When you're in a place of business, you're going to have security cameras. Bankroll Fresh had his homies. No bitch ass plug, who was a crackhead, by the way, and fake ass blood as well, false claiming. I want to point that out. Over in that Cherry Blood territory, where that happened at. Bankroll blood connected. Bankroll didn't want to be bothered. Now, him and No Plug had situations in the past. They had words. No Plug is jealous, and was jealous, and is still jealous of Bankroll Fresh's come up. No Plug turned on Bankroll Fresh because No Plug was Bankroll Fresh's homie. Bankroll was going to put him on eventually, but he was just coming out at the time, so he was still in no position to put people on at this moment. No Plug do that. So he went there to start shit with Bankroll Fresh. Bankroll Fresh's homies were outside stopping No Plug from getting in. The real altercation broke out outside between No Plug and Bankroll Fresh's homies. Bankroll heard the ruckus outside. As soon as No Plug seen Bankroll Fresh, who did not attack him, Bankroll Fresh did not attack No Plug. No Plug seen the opportunity to pull out his gun and murder Bankroll Fresh. He didn't use his gun to defend himself when it came to him trying to fight off Bankroll Fresh's homies. No. He planned to kill Bankroll regardless. So when the cops showed up and when they seen the video footage, he got caught up in the lie saying it was self-defense. Now, he used that as an excuse, saying it was self-defense. They do have self-defense laws in Atlanta. You can defend yourself and not get arrested for it. So somebody comes in the house, you can and do have the right to kill that person if they're trying to take your life. Alright. Into that, once the video feed got pulled, they seen that he was lying about the self-defense part. He wasn't trying to defend himself earlier. And they seen that his motive was to just murder Bankroll out of jealousy. Because he did not go to prison in due time, No Plug gave up information, struck a deal, and gave up a lot of people within that area who were doing activities of some sort. So he was an informant, he ratted out, he snitched. No Plug is a snitch. That's why he gave up a good majority enough and did deals and did some pays in order for him not to go away. Yeah. It's just like when you hear about Soulja Boy. Now, we don't know Soulja Boy's pump faking. Because the truth is this. Right? You didn't shoot or kill anybody in your home in Atlanta. You got ran out of Atlanta for another reason, which I do know of. Again, I'm not going to say how I know and the people that I know. It's no one's fucking business. However, if that was the case, and the truth reality is that, both sides of the party in any altercation, regardless if one is alive or dead, does have to be taken in some way. But if both are alive, what she claims they all were, both parties have to be taken. You just ain't going to let people go. You're going to be looking for them in law enforcement. And you would get arrested because you're going to have to give some statements. You're going to have to say, yeah, I did it, and yes, I am guilty of killing. He didn't do it. Because look what happened to Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane was out of self-defense. He did say self-defense, but he also was like, yeah, you know what? I did have illegal guns. I did kill someone out of self-defense. I'm guilty of it. And because he admitted it and corroborated in a way, he did time for it. He did time for it. And things like this been known to happen. There was a woman, she was in an abusive relationship for about, I think 15 years, I believe, from something I heard about. Over time, it built up so much that once it was, picture like this. It's like, it's like air. You can have it build up so much till something finally pops. And that's what happened. This woman popped. Her husband, at this time, grabbed his gun, beating her to death, trying to beat her to death, cocking back his gun. She took it out of him and killed him in fear of her life because of what she was doing to him. And there's people that came to her aid of friends, and they were trying to say, look, this woman was in an abusive relationship. She had bruises in areas that shouldn't be. She wore sunglasses all the time. She had marks on her face. Well, you know what they did to that woman? Because she defended herself against her husband, who was literally beating her, and then one night tried to take her life and to take their child's life. They arrested the mother, and she served 15 years in prison for defending herself in the state of Virginia. Yeah, in the state of Virginia. Now, I know in the state of New York, you can't have guns. Now, you can get a gun, you can buy one, but you can't. I know some people from New York, and it's kind of weird how they explain it. Even when Vlad explains it, because he's from New York, you know, if you have a clean record, you can take the courses before you get a gun, get your permit and license to get a gun, but you're not allowed to carry or to buy or have a gun in the state of New York. And that's how I heard it. Those that come from New York, again, it kind of don't make sense, but you know, it's New York, and there's a lot of shit that goes on in New York. So they got gun control. The state of California needs gun control, but because California has so much history, that if you just lived in a regular neighborhood with a backyard, you can pop your guns in your own yard in the air or shoot at something, and nothing could be done about it. So if you live next door to a cop and you did that, he can't arrest you. He can't do nothing because you can do that. They don't have restrictions on anything. So yeah. So that's kind of, you know, real examples of self-defense laws. Real example of self-defense laws. Now, next thing I do go ahead and want to promote. Now, my IG's been running slow. I don't know if it's the system or my phone, or maybe it's just trying to fix itself up after from all the things that were took down because people are fucking hating on me. But anyways, here we go. Let's promote the IG page, man.
Entertainment content, or just to follow and see what I'm up to on a daily basis. Go and follow me on Instagram on the official _ ChEDDErTarY 931. I'm always active on here, always live, always doing something. There's never a dull moment with me, and I'm on there daily. So go and check me out on my IG page, official _ ChEDDErTarY 931.
I want to go ahead and just promote. We're promoting right now, too. So, if you guys don't know, and you guys should know, I'm now on Spotify. Again, I am now on Spotify. You guys can follow me on Spotify at ChazNeff. That's ChAZNEFF.
So you can just like stream and want to listen to something on the go. Check me out here on Spotify at ChazNeff. I got all the content of music that I have done from mid of 2016, from 17, 18, and even going now. So go ahead and check me out on Spotify.
Also, if you guys don't know, I'm also on SoundCloud.
Hear good, raw, streaming, free download, and share underground music. Go and check out my SoundCloud page at ChEDDErTarY on SoundCloud. Again, for good underground street music here up on SoundCloud.
I'm also on Review Nation. Alright. Okay. Let me go ahead and put what this part is right here. We got it. Boom. Alright, here's the second part of the ChEDDErTarY IG Live promo and topic discussion page. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and just do some promos right now and promote some other things going on. Switch that back. We'll get back to discussions here in a bit. Well, if you let me turn around, boom. There we go. If you guys don't know, man, I recommend that you guys check out an artist of mine from Jamaica who I'm helping. Her name's Katza. She is 34 years of age, from Jamaica again. from Spanish Town, Jamaica. If you guys want to know a bit about her, you guys can go ahead and look up her page on Facebook. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull it up here for you guys, so give me a minute. While I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and play one of her songs for you guys so you guys know. Go ahead and find that. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Shit. Hell. Give me a minute. There we go.
Baby, I love you. You are my one and only. Wanna ever knew you are my one and only. Wanna ever
I'll be right back, guys.
show me.
Enjoy the music here for a minute.
Show me that the love is really true. You have to show me that the love is really true. When you feeling poor, you want your body to advance more. When you good like me, you find it more. You love me so good, me feeling on my soul. This a man you love me tight tight. Every man you love me, they're not cool. Me have me man no control. No other girl can call out me man phone. Man I love me tell me me I'm one and only. Wanna ever knew you are my one and only. Wanna ever knew you have to show me that the love is really true. You have to show me that the love is really true. You make it come, you wanna keep it. She said, oh, more than just drama, more fun, more sun and data. You're the one that I want. Baby, more, ooh, let me on. You see up all night, you have a chance. Baby, I love you, you have the one and only. One ever knew you are my one.
Alright, guys, so this is Katz's Facebook page. Right here. Make sure you guys check her out. Like her page. And, you know, like really give her, you know, follow. You know, everything, you know, like that. And you guys can learn pretty much a good majority, you know, about who she is. And things out of that nature. And she has links to a lot of her stuff that she does do. So you guys go and check out Katza right there. Go ahead and give me a minute. Give me a minute. Let's see. I didn't realize how much songs that I got going on here. Holy shit. Give me a minute. Getting back to playing some music for a bit. Let's see. Play some from there. Play some. Alright. So let me go ahead and promote. We're gonna promote here for a while. Alright. So if you guys live in the Columbia, Tennessee area, I'm gonna say this again. If you guys live in the Columbia, Tennessee area, you guys can go ahead and hit up my friend. She does make salads, and she will deliver in all suburban areas. Again, Maury's Rich Salads. Yes, I do deliver. Suburban areas. Columbia, Tennessee. So make sure you guys hit her up. And check this. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and promote some projects that I personally have going on that will be dropping. So in the month of May, I'll be dropping some music for people. I got Voodoo coming out in the month of May, hard copies. Along with that, for side B, that is another project, along with that, is Ritual. Now, there's 4 projects dropping, all hard hand copies. There will be 2 albums in one package, and another set of 2 albums in another package. That will make it look like 2 different things, but it's really 4. And the other parts of those is going to be this one right here. GUS stands for Ghetto United States. Along with that one, that would be considered like side B, is going to be Katz's, which is called Love. Alright. Going into the month of June. I'll be dropping Pimp of the Dead. Hard copies. Alright. Month of July, which will be dropping for digital content, is going to be Jazzy. That's going to be on SoundCloud and on Spotify. Going along with that to June, in the month of I think August, if I remember correctly, is going to be The Keeper is Calling, which is going to be, again, hard copies. Going into the month of September, I'll be dropping Psycho Trilogy. Now, it says 3-disc set, but I changed it to 2, so this is going to be a typo. Now, for the last project, I'll be dropping in the month of December, which is going to be this. The Straight Outta Columbia 6-CD set. Those that live here in Columbia know I've been dropping several alternate versions or unreleased stuff that went along with this project, and it became a 6-set thing throughout the several different years. But there's going to be a bonus disc inside too. Pay attention to that. Also, to wrap this up a bit, if you guys will, if you guys so happen to stay in Nigeria, make sure you guys hit up my wife's page on IG, the Steph White Collection. She sells top-notch quality wear for guys, for men. So it's fashion. This is not a scam. No scam zone. You guys see the information there that you guys can hit her up at the WhatsApp. Make sure you guys do that. Now, Let me go ahead, switch the camera. Boom. Back around. Lets me. Come on, switch back around, switch back around. Okay. Alright. Play some music again. So, I'm glad. I like doing this. You know, do it to the best I can. Now, you guys will be able to watch the full thing with the edited version of this when it goes up on YouTube on my ChEDDErTarY 931 channel. On my ChEDDErTarY 931 channel, and I like doing these discussions like this. And speaking of this, if you guys are in the Columbia, Tennessee area, I'm going to go ahead and do some, pull some stuff up, get some motions going on. If anybody's in the Columbia, Tennessee area, again, the Columbia, Tennessee area, that's the 931. If you guys are interested in getting physical copies of my music, you guys can head over, and it's at 2 different places, by the way. One is the main source, which is High Fashion Clothing, right? The address is 230 over on James Campbell Boulevard, slot 111, Columbia, Tennessee. It is next door to the dollar store, right behind H&R Block. Now, along with that, if you guys are still in the Columbia, Tennessee area, and if you so happen to make your way into the square, downtown, into the square, you guys can purchase more of my CDs with other projects that I have over at Variety Record Shop. Again, Variety Record Shop, Columbia, Tennessee, 24 Public Square is the address. $5 CDs plus tax, you're looking at $6. That's not a bad price. That's about it. You know, it's a good price, better than what comes from most people who will charge you bullshit. Now, in some CDs, there are going to be different price stickers on them. They're going to be a bit more lower than this. So, the ones that don't have the price stickers are eventually going to be labeled for $5 plus tax, which is $6. From there, I do believe, I think I got $4 on some, which is going to be $5 tax. I got some that say $3 on them, which is going to be $4 tax. I'm going to have some that's going to have $2 on them, that's going to be $3 tax. I'm going to have ones that are going to have $1 on them, that's going to be $2 tax. And I'm going to have some cassettes that's going to have 10 cents on them that may be $15 or $20 tax. So not a bad price. Again, if you guys find yourself in the Columbia, Tennessee area, downtown in the square, make sure you guys go check out Variety Record Shop, 24 Public Square. Play my ad. Alright, here, let me go ahead and... Hold on. I gotta get it to where the video is. Alright.
Just my music at That's Right. Purchase physical copies. You guys can go ahead and purchase my music over at Variety Record Shop, Columbia, Tennessee, 24 Public Square. Again, that's over at Variety Record Shop, Columbia, Tennessee, 24 Public Square, where you guys can purchase my physical music over at Variety Record Shop for $5 plus tax.
Now, if you guys do like the content that you guys see, as a matter of fact, I'll just play the ad.
Guys like the content that you see here on both of my YouTube channels, and if you guys so happen to be local, and if you guys do happen to pick up some of my hard hand copies of my CDs, go ahead and subscribe and donate to my PayPal if you guys feel like I do need to touch up on a few things, or if you guys say, hey, I want to help you get better equipment, help you step up your game a bit, this, that, and the third. And it doesn't have to be a big donation. I take anything from $1, $5, hell, even 50 cents to 25 cents because it builds up in the end. So if you guys would like, you guys can donate to my PayPal. Thank you, and I love you.
Now, I hope you guys do enjoy me doing stuff like this. I appreciate y'all. And I'm going to leave you guys out. One of the songs I done called Left the Hood, because you can grow beyond that.
You know I had to go Hollywood. You know I had to leave the hood. I had to go Hollywood on them. They say I done switched up. They say I done came up. They say I'm making different. The only thing different is the numbers now. Me, I done left the hood. I done went Hollywood on them. That's how it goes. You ain't trying to stay in the hood. See, at the beginning they weren't really down with me. They just want to see me down and try to see me bleed with me. But I ain't down with that. I ain't cool with that. So they wanted to switch sides. Yeah, they wanted to dick ride. Me, I'm the chosen one. Me, I'm the one. That's why you guys stuck to where you want. That's why I went Hollywood. I like the hood. That's why I went Hollywood. I left the hood. That's why I went Hollywood. I left the hood. That's why I went Hollywood. Went Hollywood on them, now I'm living it up. Went Hollywood on them, now I'm dreaming it up. Me, I am the dream. I let the dream chase me. I ain't never chased the dream. I ain't no dream chaser, nah, you a dick chaser. Me, I'm what you want me to be. I'm what you're looking at. This is why I done went Hollywood on them. Me, I had my L's, I had my W's, and everything I went for. Yeah, it came into a W. Wins and losses, this is how it goes. See, I'm the C times keeping that sour roll. Me, I'm the underground prison, this is how it goes. That's why I'm the king of MC. You can call yourself what you want. You can say you a thief, you can say that you're the bandit, but you ain't doing shit cause I can't stand it. I left the hood. That's why I want Hollywood. I left the hood. That's why I want Hollywood. I left the hood. Dream upon a dream, wish a little dream. I call it chiller, now it ain't thriller. What can I say? I rock it since way back. You don't want none of that. This is how it goes when you just wanna be about that. For me, I've been about that. I did everything that you're saying you did, kid. See you in the hood, I left the hood. That's why I went Hollywood. I left the hood. That's why I went Hollywood. I left the hood. That's why I went Hollywood. That's why I went Hollywood. I left the hood. I left the hood. That's why I went Hollywood. I left the hood. That's why I went Hollywood. I'm out. I want to thank you guys. Have a great rest of the day.